All right, coyotes. Today I'm going to talk about culture, and culture is easy, quick definition is it's kind of how we all get along and how this place runs, or a school culture. All right. Here's what I'm looking for at WHS. Could we have a school that's so welcoming, so inviting, and so comfortable that every person who walks through our doors believes they're about to have an amazing experience? I want that. I want that for our school. I want that for you. I want that for the students that are transferring in, and I want that for our teachers as well, and for everybody that works here. I want a great school culture. And how that kind of is going to be built is on advisory time. And let me just give you a little bit of history and some science behind things. And this culture and advisory time, it's all about belonging. Right? I don't know if you know about this guy Abraham Maslow, but he had this Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and you'll learn about this in psychology or maybe a sociology class. But there's a list of 5 things before you can do like self-actualization, as it was called, before you can like do school or become what you want to be. There's some basic needs. The first needs is your physiological needs. Your physiological needs are your food, clothing, shelter, that kind of thing. If your belly is hungry, you need to have that full before you can do anything else. All right. Then the second thing is safety. If you feel unsafe, then you're not going to be able to do any of these other things. And the third thing is actually belonging. So before you can actually self-actualize and actually get something done, you have to feel like you belong to something, right? We all want to belong to something. We all have our favorite football teams, baseball teams. We have our group of friends. We all want to belong. Well, that's what I'm trying to do here, and that's what we're trying to do with our advisory time, is belong. And so I spent the summer doing some research on belonging, and here's the research that I found out. So when it says, when students felt like they belonged, you see all these names and dates? These are studies, scientific studies. Scientists have studied this. School psychologists, researchers, that kind of thing. And so that's their name at the end. And so I've condensed this 20 to 25 page scientific study down into a sentence. So put this in front of all of these. When students felt like they belonged, warm relationships with staff are central to a sense of school belonging. So in order to belong, you want to fit in, you have to make that connection with school staff, teachers, counselors, assistant principals, that kind of thing. This next 2 people did a study and found that school belonging was positively associated with a higher level of academic motivation. Okay, we want that, you need that. You want to be academically motivated, you want to do well in the classroom. When students felt like they belonged, belongingness correlates with less absenteeism, so less days being gone, better school completion, finishing school, less truancy, less skipping, and less school misconduct. All right, if you feel like you belong, you're not going to act up. Students had a more positive attitude towards learning and academic self-efficacy. That's confidence. So when you felt like you belonged, you have a better attitude. While a sense of belonging is important for children of all ages, it may particularly be relevant to unique specific needs of adolescents, 12 to 18. Well, that's you guys. That's high school. Right? Sense of belonging has been found to facilitate transition to adulthood. Need that, right? Because that's our next step. Negative experiences. If you don't feel like you belong, it can have a profound effect on your psychosocial adjustment. Negative personal factors as anxiety, depression, and suicide are linked with a low sense of belonging. So those kinds of things, if you don't feel like you belong, you're going to be in that anxiety, depression, suicidal kind of curve of things. Don't want that. School membership is the foundation for school engagement. Active engagement in school tasks, which eventually results in enhanced social, emotional development, and academic achievement. So if you feel like you belong, you're going to do better in the classroom. Dropouts. Dropping out isn't just a thing that happens, it's a process. But if you feel like you belong, you're not going to drop out. I love this quote here. School's culture has more influence on life and learning than the President of the United States or anybody. All right? You guys make up the culture. You are 1,401 students, and there's like 120 teachers and staff here. You guys make the culture. I need your help. I always call us a coyote family. If you're going to say you're a family, you better demonstrate what a healthy family looks like. All right, so that's this belonging piece. This is a quote that I came up with last year, and it's hanging on the wall in places, and I want to make this that place. I want to make Williston High School a place where everyone wants to be. When I say everyone, the freshman who's lived in Williston for 14 years to the senior who just moved here from Nevada a week ago. All right, that's what I'm looking for. But like I said, I need your help. And that's what this advisory time is about. It's about making connections, connecting with the other students in your advisory, and it's also connecting with your teacher. You have somebody now you can go to. It's not about math, not about history, not about name the subject matter. It's about connecting. Okay, so don't look at advisory time as a time right before lunch and you're like, oh, I can't wait to get done with this. Look at this time as a time to make a connection, right? There's 1,401 students here. It's hard to get to know everybody. You can walk down the hall, people have their earphones plugged in, and people aren't saying, hey, good morning, right? I run around, say good morning to everybody, and some people are kind of not, I would say, belonging. They're kind of off by themselves. Well, that's what this advisory time is about, is belonging, connecting, getting connected in, all right? So I need your help with that. So I want to make that school culture. I want to make that coyote family. And it starts small. It starts in your advisory group. All right? If we're all doing that, I just showed you what belonging does to a school. If you feel like you belong, you're going to be successful. And the school's going to be successful. And then we can do what that first slide said. We can make a place that's great for everybody. All right? So it starts right now, coyotes. When I say coyotes go make a difference, when you leave the building, I actually need us to make a difference right here, right now, and make those connections, and let's make this successful, and let's change our school culture for the positive. All right, coyotes, thank you.